Hi everyone, welcome to week 5. This week we are moving into global health financing and implementation. Often we hear about universal health care or out-of-pocket pay for medical coverage, but what does this really mean? How do countries decide what is best for them and their residents? So this week we're going to be looking at the two different areas that involve the decision making. Um, spending health Spending on health services can really be divided into two different categories. It's the money that is spent on personal health and then the money that is spent on public health. Personal health expenses arise from medical services that are used by one individual or family. Public health expenses relate to shared activities that protect the community, a nation, or the global population at large. We saw this with the push for the COVID vaccine back in 2020 and 2021. Once financing has been identified, that's when we look at implementation. So international cooperation agencies such as USAID, United Nations organizations such as the World Health Organization, or public-private partnerships like the Global Fund distribute the global health funds to national or local governments, nonprofit organizations, corporate contractors, or other groups that implement these global health projects. Funding typically for the funding pathways for these global health initiatives will typically start with funding from a donor that goes to a first level recipient, such as the World Health Organization. And then this recipient serves as a channel to pass the funding to second level recipients that will then implement the global health projects. This is why it's so critical to understand different ethical viewpoints and how countries determine who to serve. This includes financing and global health projects such as vaccine initiatives. How do different first level recipients determine who to provide resources and funding to? Part of this responsibility includes analyzing the cost effectiveness of health gains from an intervention to the financial costs of that intervention. Which ethical viewpoint would you use to determine how you would implement a health project for a second level recipient? I'm going to give 5 points of extra credit towards this week's discussion board if you email me with a paragraph explaining your decision-making process and which ethical viewpoint you would choose to implement health funding. So this week, you will be responsible for reading chapter 6 and 7 and taking the respective quizzes. And then this major assignment this week is one of my favorites. So we're going to be looking at social progress index scores and comparing different countries. So first you're going to review this TED Talk. So if you click on this link, it will pull up with this TED Talk. It's about just under 15 minutes. And it'll review what the social progress index score is and provide some more information as to how they determine those scores. Then, going back to the discussion board, you're going to click on this link, which will take you to this site, and it's really about the social progress index by country. So what you'll be responsible for is choosing a country, and you can either, select one by scrolling over it and looking at the different countries that are listed. You can search directly on the site itself. So for this example, I'm going to choose a country that I lived in for 4 years as a child, so Papua New Guinea. One thing that is really important is to identify a country that has a score. There are some that do not. So you need to choose one that has a score. There are 169 countries that you'll see. So that is that ranking score right here. So 148 out of 169. So Papua New Guinea is a third world country. So this makes sense. So what you'll do is then click on this area and it will take you directly to the scorecard. So it'll go through each of these areas: basic human needs, foundations of well-being, opportunity, all the way through. And it shows you what each of these score areas are. So if you go down here, the color codes, so overperforming, performing within expected range, underperforming, and no data is available. So if you can see the different bullets, colored bullets here, it will show you whether it's performing, overperforming, underperforming, or performing as expected. So what you will do is identify here. I want to make sure I'm giving you the right information so that way you can follow it easily. So you cannot pick the US. We're going to be comparing the country to the United States. So you cannot choose the US. So whatever country that you do choose, and you can look at scorecards and then go back to explore the map and choose a different one. Indonesia, Australia, and it'll show you there. And then you can just see the scorecard. So it'll be your responsibility to choose a country, and then you will choose the top 3 score areas, top 3 best and top 3 worst. So you'll have 6 total. It will take a little bit of information from you, reviewing the different score areas. It is subjective. So you really get to be the judge of what you think is the best and what is the most important. So briefly outline the top 3 best and worst score areas for your nation and why you think they have those scores. So this is few sentences per area. You don't have to do paragraphs, but really just a couple sentences telling me why you think it's the best and worst. You will lose points if you just list them out. I am expecting some information as an explanation as to why. And then you will also compare your nation to the US by looking at their scorecard versus ours. So if we go back to this map, and I've already pulled it up, but we can compare countries. And so if you click in each of these boxes, you can add countries. So you'll see that I've already identified Papua New Guinea versus the United States, and I've selected health and wellness as the data set. Okay, sorry about that. I had to go yell at my dogs as they're barking. Okay, so you can see that the Papua New Guinea line is this darker blue one, and United States is this more khaki colored one. So as you can see, there is a significant difference between the US and Papua New Guinea for the data set of health and wellness. And so really it's identifying what comparing and contrasting the differences between the US and the country that you've chosen. And they can be pretty vastly different. So we've got health and wellness for Papua New Guinea in the US, and then we also have, I've pulled up the Netherlands for the US on health and wellness, and you can see that the Netherlands is actually higher. It's a lot closer in scale, but still much higher as we've looked over the past 10 years. So we will, you'll be responsible for comparing and explaining why. Tell me why you think the scores are the same, the better or worse, and why you think those differences exist. So for the discussion board post, you will need to provide the name of the nation and the geographical area of the world your nation is located in. So if you pick the Netherlands, it would be Netherlands in Europe. Papua New Guinea would be Papua New Guinea, Oceania. So that's 5 points. 10 points, provide the following scores for your nation. So the Social Progress Index score and ranking, and then also the gross domestic product based on purchasing power parity. That's what GDP, PPP, per capita, and ranking is. So if we go back to the score, so it just chose one at random, so that's okay. We've got the information right here. So you've got your Social Progress Index score and rank, and then the GDP, PPP, per capita score and rank as well. So you will need to include both of those. 60 points, so that's the top 3 best and top 3 worst score areas. So it's 10 points per area. And again, don't just list out the score areas, but give an explanation as to why. And then additional 15 points for explaining how your nation compares to the US. And so where are those score areas that are the same, better, worse, and then explain why. And then finally, 20 points to do peer responses. And this is at least 2 peer posts Again, they need to be meaningful, intentional, move the conversation forward, provoke a new thought. Don't just say, wow, really great post. That was interesting. I had no idea. These need to be um, really thought out and informative peer responses. So that is week 5 and what you're responsible for. 2 chapters and 1 assignment this week, but it is a significant one and should be a lot of thought put behind it. And I am really looking forward to reading the different responses in the different countries that you all choose. That is another important piece. Make sure that you are putting in, I would say, uh, reviewing which country you would like to choose early on in the week. Um, I would like to see variety, and so it is going to be 1 country per post. If 2 people happen to at the very same time, it's very unlikely, but happen to choose the same country at the same time, that no one will lose points for that. But if somebody chooses a country on Monday and somebody chooses that same country on Wednesday, then the person who chooses on Wednesday will be responsible for identifying a new country to pick. Otherwise, if you don't, you will lose points because you've chosen a country that was already identified. So just make sure that you're reviewing and going through which countries have already been chosen, and that's why I recommend getting your information in quickly. Um, Let me know if you have any questions about this. I am, again, looking forward to seeing all of the information that everybody comes up with. Have a really great week.